festival can be chalked and it can be feisty. Music and dance make up a chunk of the roster and they are thematic. There is not a dance, but it has peculiar moments when it happens. Yawuri is multi-ethnic. Across the ethnic varieties are different shades of spectacular music and dances that leave behind echoing presences. In a particular evening, the dancers were assembled. Their display reinforced the versatility and competence of Yawuri Emirate to be in the tourism board of every embassy in Nigeria. In the North generally, occupational groups do have dance groups to reflect the heritage of their art. So farmer groups, hunters, blacksmiths, local barbers all were in parade to make a display of their art. They are the ethnic entities of the Emirate too, who are strictly speaking North Hausa, but they are a farming community and share the same larger environment. Their dances reflect what happens when the harvest is done, or when there is a wedding, or indeed when there is a festival. These are dances and songs you don't see anywhere. Yawuri is generally an accommodating environment and peaceful. At any event at the Emirate level, Nigerian ethnic identities resident there come out to identify with the event and also be an integral part of it. Throughout the regatta period, these entities are pleasant presences as intrinsic members of an all-embracing Emirate. The root cause of greatness of every land and every nation in the world is accommodation. When it was music and dance time, their participation was seamless and appreciated. When groups turn to an evening out, not much insight about their life story can be learned. On the final day of the regatta, I followed up on the unique costumes of some of these dancers, inquired about their lives and got some insights.
One unique thing about the dance of these Gungawa people is that they have a rich variety of young girls. And like many other dances, when you have mature people doing so, these are young girls. Many of them are married. Arigi, ni abin da ya dame ni. Na ƙananan 'yan mata ne. To suna zuwa makaranta?
There is no money for them to be at school. They are engaged mostly on farm activities, except there's a situation where someone decides to sponsor a person. Otherwise, we the Dukawa take only to agriculture, and we know it's never enough.
Saboda mu Dukawa noma kawai, to noma kawai yana yi ne.
Another wonderful dimension to this festival is support for enterprises and competitiveness in entrepreneurship.
The major objective of this event is to improve on the economic well-being of the citizens. And you have seen youth participating. And those youths that have participated in the activities have been well rewarded with very mouth-watering gifts and prizes. And we feel that will encourage the youth.
Throughout, artisans and youth groups come forward to compete in tailoring, skinning of goats, and similar like enterprises. Winners of various events were handsomely rewarded as a measure of encouragement to advance their craft. There was also an elaborate trade fair in place, where traders were given chance to take advantage of the large market provided by the days of the festival. It was also a get-together point where farmers interface with the buyers, investors, manufacturers of farm facilities like machinery, seeds, insecticide, fertilizers, and provision of extension services. Emir Muhammad Zayan Abdullahi, in particular, took a particular interest in what the Emporium is doing by visiting its various stands. The regatta is the climax of the 3-day event and perhaps the most engaging. Here, the water spirit of the people of Yawuri is invoked and they showcase their art of living with the river Niger. Side was already breathing heavy with interested humanity when we arrived. We were in time to capture the Emir, Muhammad Zayan Abdullahi, and the Kebbi State governor sensationally arrived the venue by boat. A speech on the day can be an anticlimax, but I had the state governor, Dr. Nasiru Yusuf, assuring the people of Yawuri that by next year the festival will hold on its permanent site. A very pleasant story to hear, because the present venue, although not altogether small, is nonetheless a far cry from the humanity that annually turn out for the event. Perhaps, as a measure of appreciation of his continued support and love for the people of Yawuri, the people gave him a gift of live hippopotamus captured from the waters of the emirate.
Some communities give horses, some communities give vehicles, some communities give cows to their visiting dignitaries. In Yawuri's case, we have given a live hippopotamus to the government. So that suggests that the saying that Yawuri is a riverine community is not a folktale, it's a reality.
The hippo story is an interesting one, but the water story continues. It was an interesting and intense afternoon of competitive water sport. It was almost picture perfect, and you are almost spoiled for choice of what event to watch. The water sees various shades of canoers on display of skill or on commercial trips to hundreds of riverine communities along the path of River Niger. The riverside was essentially for water sport. Key to the competition was canoeing for male and female. Yet, there is a swimming competition for men and women as well, and it mainly entails butterfly style, but of course not limited to it. By the way, the men cover more distance during this swimming competition than the women. Perhaps the most amusing of the competition is swimming for boys, where they have pot delicately balanced on their head. If the pot skips and tumbles, the competitor is out. The more interesting bit of the sport, however, is the sink business. Competitors will go underwater, and the last race is said above water is the winner. As the events are going on the sidelines are pleasant distractions that add value to the whole event. The spectators never fail to amaze me. Many defied gravity to float on water. Within the competition, there are swimmers on good and sundry other competitive events that leave all in attendance in awe and delight. The regatta proper is a festival of color, an invocation of ancient Yawuri tradition, a top chart of water work of art, A new wife in this ancient tradition is taken to her house in a flotilla of carefully decorated canoes and manned by able-bodied youths to her home on riverside. Amidst great fanfare, the procession had the new wife and her train and all the cultural or traditional attachment when carrying a new wife to her new home. In the context of this festival, the new wife is guided to special guests, the governor of Kebbi State and the Emir of Yawuri, who of course are her advisors and guardians on how to have a long life of marriage, peaceful and fruitful. In context of the background, class and beauty of this competition, it is important Yawuri expand its contact line to find support from other sources. Evidently, they have visibility with the federal government, and in fact, the Chief of Staff to Mr. President Femi Bajabiamila is a traditional title holder of the first Sadoki of Yawuri. He never fails to honor the festival. This year, however, he delegated, and his delegate is his longtime political ally, right from the time they were at the House of Representatives, Sunusi Garba Rikiji. This he does as a measure of the respect, honor, and recognition he gives to the emirate. Rikiji will do well to lend his voice to the cause of Yawuri in the presidency.
This is a very exciting moment for every Nigerian on different aspects. And to sum it off, I want to say that Kebbi State is launching a social history that will certainly last forever. The federal government will support Yawuri Emirate Council going forward and the Kebbi State government so that we encourage the regatta to global level.
Again, the federal government through Hyperdeck has been doing a great deal to see riverine communities in Yawuri enjoy improved agriculture, safety in their water transportation, and improved fishing techniques.
Most of big canoes you see there are from Benin Republic. Our people transport their goods over there, and their people transport their goods over here by the use of water transportation. So what we need and what the people require is government intervention in the procurement of bigger boats and also life jackets, and that we are working on that seriously. We have devoted a reasonable percentage of the Hyperdeck budget this year in the purchase of the life jacket and safer boats.
It is not an exaggeration to say that there is no annual cultural festival across the country that brings together an entire community of 3 local governments to the display of their heritage to the world, like the Yawuri Regatta and Cultural Festival. The spirit to unite all his people and put them on the path of productivity and self-reliance has been the life vocation of their emir. He never wavers. He never stops believing that his people have all that it takes to be great, and they should have to be great.
Once farmers benefit from their farming, that will give them encouragement to do more. And fortunately, we have good market for everything in this country. Our rice is exported to Kano. Groundnut exported to Kano and other places. So that's why we want the government, especially the government of the state, which is up and doing, and encourage people to be able to produce these things, so that will be exported not only within the country but overseas.
As a people in their upward journey to greatness, the Yawuri community do have an ending storylines. Potentially, as a riverine community, the federal government had at different circumstances pledges various degrees of support programs to enhance their economic life. Why there are that promises?
When Kennedy was constructed, before then, both from Niger Delta, from other areas, they used to sail up to Nigeria with no obstruction. But with Kingdom, they cannot. They can only sail up to the dam. So we propose, when we complain to the government, please do something so that this boat can sail up to Yawuri. There is cash. You know, the river at south part of the dam is low, while the upriver it is high. So the boats are put in a container called lock. They are put there and water is pumped in the lock, so that the water will rise and the boat will, it is the level of what we have here. Then they can sail through. That has not been done. So there's no way, if that locks are not constructed, there's no way big boats wholesale can come here.
If I had a chance, I can tell the different life that Yawuri Regatta and Cultural Festival is all day long. It is a thoroughly pleasing and educating get-together, and one cannot wait for the next calendar of the ceremony. In summary, Yawuri Emirate is a treasure of hypnotic water environment that stimulates growth of culture and agriculture, a land environment of ethnic diversity with the rich culture of uncommon agriculture, and a life of unique songs and dances that comes with the day-to-day life of the society. And with that, I sign out.